The name of this channel is The Life and Sad Ending, and today we're talking about a young child actor who is the epitome of what we do here. His story is probably the saddest story of any I've ever done. It's the story of young Bobby Driscoll. Bobby Driscoll was born Robert Cletus Driscoll on March 3, 1937, in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He was the only child of Cletus, an insulation salesman, and a former teacher, Isabel Driscoll. The family moved to Los Angeles when a doctor advised Bobby's father to relocate to California because he was suffering from breathing problems due to work-related exposure to asbestos. Bobby got an audition at MGM for a role in the family drama Lost Angel in 1943. Driscoll's brief 2-minute appearance helped him win the role of young Al Sullivan in The Fighting Sullivans in 1944. Other films in the 40s that Bobby appeared in were Sunday Dinner for a Soldier, The Big Bonanza, and So Goes My Love. He was then signed to a contract with Walt Disney Studios. Driscoll quickly became one of Disney's most popular child actors. He starred in a number of successful films, including Song of the South. Song of the South was based on the Uncle Remus stories, and it was made in 1946. Due to its racist portrayal of plantation life, the film has never been released on home media in the United States. In addition, he appeared in So Dear to My Heart and Treasure Island. He also provided the voice for the title role in Disney's animated feature Peter Pan in 1953. In 1950, he received an Academy Juvenile Award for his performances in So Dear to My Heart and The Window. Driscoll's career began to decline in the early 1950s as he reached adolescence and his appearance changed. He also struggled with drug addiction. In 1953, he was fired from his contract with Disney. He continued to act in small roles in films and television, appearing in Dragnet and Rawhide, but he never regained the success he had enjoyed as a child actor. He was married to Marilyn Jean Rush in 1956. They divorced in 1960 and they had 3 children. In the 1960s, Driscoll's life spiraled out of control. He became homeless and addicted to drugs. He was arrested several times for petty crimes. In 1965, he relocated to New York, hoping to revive his career on the Broadway stage, but was unsuccessful. He became part of Andy Warhol's Greenwich Village art community known as The Factory, where he began focusing on his artistic talents. Some of his works were considered outstanding, and a few of his surviving collages and cardboard mailers were temporarily exhibited in Los Angeles at the Santa Monica Museum of Art. Sadly, on March 30, 1968, 2 boys playing in a deserted East Village tenement found Driscoll's dead body lying on a cot. There were empty beer bottles and religious pamphlets scattered on the ground. A post-mortem examination determined that he had died from heart failure caused by his drug abuse. He was only 31 years old. No identification was on the body, and photos shown around the neighborhood yielded no positive identification. His body was never claimed, and he was buried in an unmarked mass grave on the infamous New York City's Potter's Field Cemetery, Hart Island, where over 1 million people are buried. No one knows exactly who or how many souls rest there due to poor record-keeping and burials going back to the mid-1800s. Also, burial records from 1961 to 1977 were destroyed in a fire. Late in 1969, Driscoll's mother sought the help of officials at Disney Studios to contact him for a hoped-for reunion with his father, who was nearing death. This resulted in a fingerprint match at the New York City Police Department, which indicated his burial on Hart Island. Although his name appears on his father's gravestone at Eternal Hills Memorial Park in Oceanside, California, his remains are still on Hart Island. In connection with the re-release of Song of the South in 1971, reporters researching the whereabouts of the film star finally reported his death. Driscoll's story is a tragic one. He was a talented actor who had a promising career ahead of him. However, his life was cut short by addiction and poverty. In 2008, he was finally honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His story is a reminder of the dangers of child stardom and the importance of providing support for young actors who are struggling with addiction and mental health problems. Do you remember Bobby Driscoll? And how about this Hart Island? Have you ever even heard of that? It sounds crazy to me that so many people have been laid to rest there. Well, I'll see you again next time, unless I come to my own sad ending.